Today I'm going to try something that I saw a long time ago she used a paper bag, but this is packaging from a box where we received some stuff and they, crunched this all up and threw it in. So today I'm going to use paint and kind of do some background work onto some pieces of this so that we can put it in our Botanical Adventure Journal. So let's get started. So I'm going to have one of these down to keep the paint from getting on my lovely mat that I have. So I'm going to leave one down, and who knows, it might look cool afterwards. So let's just get some colors down. This is just acrylic paint. And I'm just going to do a couple of dots. And then squirting some water onto them. And then I'm just using this little spatula to mix the water and the paint so it kind of spreads out. I think the next color I am going to not put as much down at once. Okay, so from what I can remember, like I said, it was a long time ago. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make it nice and crinkly, and just pick a side that you want to use, and then you just dab. Let's see. Okay, I think that I did have too much paint. It's a little too thick. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take several more of these, like 2 more of these, and dab up all the rest of the purple paint, and then we'll switch to another color. So you kind of want each paper to dry a little before you start with the next color, because if not, then the colors kind of just spread instead of coming out in a nice cool little splattered pattern. Now we're going to do this green color. This one was at the end, so there was only a little bit of purple. So now I'm adding the cream. And then we gotta let that dry. Here's the first one with all the purple. It's not exactly completely dry yet. So let's see if it smears if I try. Let's see what happens. Okay, it did transfer some of the purple, but it does look really cool. Okay, now we'll let these dry. While those are drying, I'm going to try this color wash tint. It says it's a one-step water-based tint. So I'm going to try that and see how that works on here. I'll probably just pour just a little bit. And I'm going to spread it around so it's easier to get onto the paper. Okay, see, I like how that does that. It's because it's crinkled, it only puts it just on the edges, not the whole paper. Another idea I had was to take the Distressed Oxide, this one's a Wilderness Green, and if you put some water on the pad, then it will transfer pretty easily onto this silk clear. And then I'm putting it on with the blue, so blue and green. Let's see. That's not bad. That's cool. Okay, so here's the yellow acrylic. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Well, the yellow definitely shows up more. I'm sure it's hard to tell in the video here. Now that they're dry, we're going to cut them into more manageable sizes, and then we will stencil. We should make a couple of smaller ones. So I cut some small and left some large, depending on what I want to put on it. And down here I cut some really small pieces so that I could put them in like different areas, like just the tops or the corners of a page. And then I cut some strips so that I could maybe put them as like a border. Like I could put some leaves or something, and we can cut them even more strips for a border. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing the leaves for the strip. Well, that didn't work out, so I will sweep that solid.